What do you say we do a little more Hearthstone, huh? So, full disclosure, the reason I'm kind of doing these after doing one episode of Kingdom Hearts this week is we have a few more recorded, not enough to fill a week, and I want to bank a couple extra because there's sometimes on Sunday night when we're trying to record both an episode of the podcast and the videos for the week, and we just don't have the time, people's schedules don't match up. So I'm hoping to save a couple of them, and I'm doing that by filling in with some lovely Hearthstone material. I'm also going to point out that I have some Hearthstone in the bank, some arena runs, from before this setup. You'll notice that things have improved graphically. We're recording in 1080p now, at least for this. It's shinier than the program I was using. It's much better overall. It makes a little ring when I click. Look at that. So yeah, we actually have some even fancier stuff with Hearthstone and arena runs coming down the road at some point. Today we're going to be doing some standard play because I have a quest I want to work towards, and so that's what we're doing. This deck is called Heel Turn. It's a wrestling reference. Don't worry about it. Basic idea is nothing that shocking. There's a lot of standard pre-stuff, like the 1-drops of the Power Word Shield and the Northshire Cleric. Some standard 2 stuff. I don't know if most people run 2 Shadow Word Pains, but of course, as usual, I don't have full access to everything I'd like to get my hands on. For example, you'll notice there's no Cabal Shadow Priest down in the 6th spot because they're expensive and I don't have them. Otherwise, we're running a bunch of solid stuff. The Loot Hoarders are basically to help us draw a little bit. Card draw is not a huge concern for us with this deck. We're more about board control, but that gives us a little bit of early game stuff. I didn't have much else I liked in the 2-drop spot. I might run 2 of these if I had to. Shadow Boxer's pretty cool, don't have to. Shrinkmeister is mostly there for cutesiness. Nothing super fancy. Shadow Word Death, 2 of those is mandatory pretty much in almost every deck because there's so many big threats you can eliminate just for 3 mana. Thought Steal is fun just because you get to take your opponent's cards, use them against them, make them sad. Dark Cultist is standard. I don't know of a priest deck that doesn't run 2 of these. Great stats for a 3-drop to begin with, and Death Rattle is just nice. The 4-drop slot is interesting. We had some Dark Iron Dwarfs just to give us some good trades. A Light Spawn to spam healing, basically. And a Paladin Shredder. I happen to think both this and the other one, the more expensive one, the Sky Pilot, whatever, the 6-drop. You know what I'm talking about, the 6/4. I think they're my 2 favorite cards of the expansion. I just enjoy the value. They already come with pretty solid stats to begin with. The random nature of the minion can be costly, but also beneficial sometimes. Like, what if you get a Blood Mage Thalnos out of your 2-cost minion? More importantly, it's about stickiness on the board. It lets you keep more presence on the board, more minions out, and I guess against the severe rush down you see since the expansion, the more stuff you have out that you can do, the better. From there, it's pretty standard. 2 Holy Nova, 2 Sludge Belchers. Yes, that does mean I did spend money on this game after all. I decided that because I was playing the game enough to justify it, and because I wanted to get some solid cards for a good price, basically I picked up the single-player campaigns and went through them for Nox Ramus. And Sludge Belcher is one of the cards that you get out of it, so it's pretty handy. Temple Enforcer, nice 6/6 for 6. Again, if it's additional benefit kicks in, fantastic. We got a Black Knight for the value, we got an Alexstrasza for the late game heals, and 1 Mind Control, once again, just to devastate our opponent. I don't think you can really justify running 2 because... Okay, so Mind Control is not a win more card. And what that means, if you're not familiar with card games, is basically a win more card is when you are already in the lead, and there's a card that just really, really extends your lead, but doesn't necessarily help coming from behind. 1 Mind Control means you can take an opponent's threat like a Ragnaros or a Ysera and really get some value out of it. 2 of them, because that's all you can do in your turn at 10 mana, is a little dicey. So that's what we're rocking. Let's go back to the dregs of the ladder leaderboard and see how it goes. I believe we're ranked 23, so, you know, expect some really high-tier stuff going on here. The good news is we have nothing to lose, literally, because if we lose, we don't go down in rank at this point. I actually was higher up back in November. I was playing this a little bit more often. You know, December had the holidays and whatnot. January, I didn't have a ton of time to play either. I went out of town for quite a few days. So instead of being up to like 14 or 15, which I was at some point, despite still not playing a ton, I'm down at 23. And Alexstrasza is going out of our opening hand. We don't mind the rest of this, though. Look at that mana curve. Now, in the arena, I would usually run out the North Shore Cleric when I wanted to get some value out of it by healing another minion. Here we're just going to lead with it. We're not super worried about the draw, and if we'll save our second one for that purpose to get some heals out of it. This could get lightning bolted or whatever, you know. It happens. An Erubian Egg. Actually, I don't think we have any silence in this deck, so we're just going to have to deal with it, I suppose.
Right away.
Let's break some stuff while we wait in the early game here. So we're not terribly worried about the Nerubian Egg. Yeah, something like that was probably going to happen. If it's going to be put in a deck, you have to assume it's going to be activated for it. But, It sucks, don't get me wrong, but we'll survive. I think the Cultist is the best play here. Don't like many of the other plays. And even if things go terribly wrong here, we can always just Holy Nova next turn. The Dan, stand ready. Thanks to the coin, we have quite a few options on how we play the next couple turns. It depends on his board. Okay, I'm not shocked by that either. It's going to let him kill both. I guess he doesn't have to. I suppose he could just trade with a 3-4 and then hit the face for 7. Or more than 7. Now he's going to hit both. Okay, well this is an interesting opening hand we've gone up against, isn't it? Yeah, I think the Sludge Belcher is going to be the wisest here, because Dark Iron Dwarf doesn't get us to being able to kill the 6-4. So we don't have much of a lovely choice here. We gotta protect our health.
Right away.
And we're actually going to hit here, because the one to the face doesn't help me that much, and I want to get that in range of Holy Nova. We are hoping. Okay, that's a little annoying, but not terrible. We're hoping that he just kind of stands pat for now, or at least damages himself a little bit. I suppose he can just kill it. You can't attack my face, sir. There's a 1-2 in your way. Are you going to burn your 6-1 on it? Okay, well, let me do it for you then. Is there any reason not to do this? I can't get to the 2-5 yet. No, it just needs to happen. Pick out both of those threats right now. Too important. The giant minion with Wind Fury certainly needs to go, and getting rid of the Flame Tongue totem.
I am the blade of the
It's nice. Oh, look at that, the perfect synergy. Alright, so now we have a play that we like. We are going to dwarf.
Right away.
Hit here. Heal. Card draw. Put it out of range of getting killed by the 5-4, at least on its own. Just gotta weather the storm a little bit longer, and then we can really start turning this around. And now if he decides to hit us in the face with the 5-4, we can even just Shadow Word it. Just be like, yeah, what now? Not thrilled to see that totem. Let's see if it matters, though. He's doing the trades for me. It's like he wants to die. So we have some options here. We could Temple Enforcer to make our cleric super huge. We could just Thought Steal. I think we're just going to do this. We're just going to summon out our buddy the Paladin Shredder. We're going to Thought Steal. Just take their thoughts
Right
straight
away.
up. We're going to hit the face. Look what we took. I mean, that's some good value out of a Thought Steal, am I right? Now, about the only downside in what this deck is doing is that I do not have any silence, but we can just eliminate threats like this, and it's not a big deal. Why not get this set up right now, huh?
Right away.
We'd rather keep this a surprise, you know? You don't have to expect the best card in my deck. Yeah, I took it. Straight up stole it. I have no remorse. Interesting. Nice. We don't even have a lightning bolt in there. Just nothing. How do we want to do this? Again, tons of options, and this is one of them. Yeah, I kind of like it, to be honest. Or we could just play it more safe, heal up there. There's no reason to get super crazy, right? So we're going to do it like this. Now, we could have played the other North Shore Cleric out before we healed and drawn 2 cards. I don't think we need any more hand advantage right now, so we're not going to go super crazy. We could have extended it, but I mean, we're already a little bit lower on cards, and while we're not super worried about it, I think it's fun. Nice.
Me and Mr. Fighty.
Dodged all of our minions. Tell you what would put this game away right now. Holy Nova. Holy no. Okay, so how do we want to do this? Obviously, we want to mind control his healing totem. So many good options here. I just have a feeling like this is the correct play. It could get hexed or something, but we're going to get some fun out of it either way. Hit the face, 12, 16, 17. We can almost get to lethal. I don't think we can do it no matter what, though. Like swatting insects!
Right away.
And we'll do a little bit of clearing because, you know, it's important. And we're going to do a little bit of drawing because, you know, it's fun. Now, he has the option of making us mill a card, a couple cards.
Gates are open.
We'd love to see that much mana being spent. It means we're pretty much out of here. It doesn't matter, though, even if we have to mill. If he spends his time worried about milling us, then we've already won. I'm still not sure what he does here. He would need, like, the fancy totem, the spell damage totem, plus lightning storm, and even then, that's not nearly enough.
Power of the wind.
Even a minion who doesn't get to attack this turn, Wind Fury. Don't know what that's going to do. I suppose I might be reading too much into this sometimes, you know? Like, it's not going to be the toppest of tiers here because it is rank 23. There you go. Trade everything to get that 3-5. Yeah, now we're going to mill. No. Oh, God. Let's just do the simplest thing and just take what he loves and then hit him with his own monster. Because it's like swatting insects. There's a variety of other plays there. Even just shadow wording the taunter would have mean we wouldn't have to kill anything. Doesn't matter. Got my 10 gold. Should have 2 out of 5 on this little 60 gold quest. And that's 1 victory. We're going to look to just sweep out the rest of the week. 3 more victories this week. Get the quest. And really show our dominance over the people below tier 20. I hope you'll join me because it's a really important endeavor.